Ambassador, what's Israel's formal response?
Good evening. Good evening. In my statement to the Security Council and to the Secretary General, I expressed the Israeli attitude, namely that in the face of terrorism, we have no choice. We left Gaza not in order to reoccupy it, but Israel took the steps that every sovereign country would have taken to defend its citizens. We respected the tahadiyah, the state of calm. We restrained ourselves for a very long time, but the Hamas broke it. We insist on it that the Hamas and Israel, a sovereign state, cannot be dealt equally. There's no equivalence between a state, a sovereign state defending its citizen, and a terrorist organization. I also mentioned that the Hamas is not only the enemy of Israel, it is the enemy of the whole Western world. And we do hope that an end can be put to this conflict, which causes bloodshed on both sides. We are aware of the situation in Gaza. We are very sorry about every casualty on both sides of the border, but we insist on it that the Hamas is to blame. Both the people on the southern part of Israel and the people in Gaza are hostages and victims of the Hamas.
Would you respond to that?
Would you accept monitoring system for the borders?
We will accept every solution that will be comprehensive, and first of all, we'll put an end to the rockets. I'm sure that you know that even today there were tens of rockets shot over Israel. It's not only enough to announce some kind of ceasefire, but it has to be a very comprehensive solution, including monitoring. So I'm not going to discuss now the elements, but there are a few elements that we insist on. One of them is stopping all kinds of firing over Israel. The other is to stop smuggling weapons into Israel.
Ambassador, will Israel accept President Mubarak's invitation to go to Cairo for peace talks as early as tomorrow? And also, what is your feeling about the draft resolution that's been tabled by Libya?
First thing first, we respect very much every kind of effort that is being made in order to find a solution to this situation which goes on. So I'm sure that it will be considered, and you will find out whether it was accepted, but we take it very, very seriously. As for the Libyan draft, we reject it right away because it's one-sided. It does not mention Hamas, and as I said before, we insist on it that you cannot put on the same level, you cannot make any kind of comparison or equation between a sovereign state defending its citizen and a terrorist organization that has taken the people of Gaza and at the southern part of Israel as victims and hostage.
What moved the negotiations from here to in what way is the U.S. transition of power that's going on at the moment affecting your efforts of what you're doing right now?
In the meantime, as President-elect Obama said, there's one president. President Bush expressed his view, and so did the Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, that the Hamas is to blame for the situation. We are sure that even after the transition of power, President-elect Obama, as every president since Harry Truman, will be a strong ally of Israel and will understand the needs that we express of peace and security, not only for us, but for the Palestinian people with which we had ongoing negotiations until 10 days ago when this situation broke up.
The UN's John Ging today asked for an independent investigation into the bombing of these UNRWA facilities. Is that something that what's Israel going to, what's its response and what's going to be done about?
First of all, we investigate every kind of occurrence, and this is something that we are looking into. By the way, and in the meantime, we already found that among the casualties were 2 senior Hamas members. And also, I want to remind you, if you don't know the details, that the fire was shot from nearby a school. And this is what we have been saying for a long time, that the Hamas is using the Gazan people as human shields. And there's weapon and ammunition in mosques, in schools, in kindergarten, and in homes. This is for the Hamas to answer for. And of course, I want to stress again, we are very, very sorry about casualties and people that are injured through this very unhappy situation.
Yes, please.
How do you judge the speech that President Abbas did just before you? And he left also kind of early. How do you was the speech that you expected? Was something that you want to say about it?
Well, you know, we see the Palestinian people and the Palestinian Authority as our partner. And we have very fruitful, or we used to have until, again, 10 days ago, and I do hope that this will go on, very fruitful peace negotiations towards a solution for the people in our area, 2 states living side by side in peace and prosperity. Thank you very much.